hey, there's no shame in having a beater. There's no shame in driving a hoopty. In fact, I think that's a pretty smart financial decision right now, in this day and age where expenses are going up. So if you're worried about what other people think about you for driving a beater, don't be. Because the truth is, most people don't even care in the first place. Everyone is so bogged down by life at this point, with their jobs, with their responsibilities, their family. People have their own problems, their own worries. So they're not really worried about the kind of car that you drive, right? So if you're worried about pulling up to a traffic light in your beat up, car with dents and paint chipping off of the hood or whatever, don't be worried about it, right? If anything, own it. Be proud of the fact that you have something cheap, reliable, and it gets you from point A to point B, right? Because the truth is, most people are getting into car payments that they know that they can't afford, right? People like to make emotional decisions just to try and keep up with the Joneses. I don't know who the Joneses are, but whoever they are, everyone's trying to keep up with them. People are just worried about what other people think. They're trying to impress other people, or they're just afraid to be judged. And I think once you learn how to swallow your pride and look at things for what they are, then you're able to live a life of freedom to a certain extent. Because right now, I think the average car payment is like $700 for a new car. For a used car, it's somewhere around $500. So just think for a second, right? Think what you'd be able to do if you can save that much money a month. Say if you saved $500 a month, right? Just some quick back of the napkin math. You save $500 a month. In a year, that's $6,000. In 5 years, that's 30 grand. 30 grand that you can save. Just imagine what you could do with 30 grand, right? You can build an emergency fund. You can invest in the stock market. You can invest in your 401k. You could start a side hustle. You could, I don't know, you could probably take a vacation for once and not have to worry about bills all the time. There's so many different things that you can do, right? There's so many things that you're able to do when you don't have a car payment. And I'm in the situation right now. I don't have a car payment, right? And I'm not saying this to think that I'm better than anyone else. I'm not trying to insult anyone, or put anyone down who does have a car payment, because most people have car payments. And I get it. Life happens. You need reliability. You need a car to get you to work. So I get that. But if you're a person who has a beater and you're thinking about buying another car because you're tired of your old car, really think twice about the decision that you're going to make. Because let me tell you, people have made some really bad financial decisions from letting their emotions take over and from not swallowing their pride. And I don't have any car payments right now. The car that I'm in right now is a SUV. It's like our family car. It's a 2014 Mazda CX-5. It's reliable, it's comfortable, and it does a job, right? I do the basic maintenance, and it's a good car, right? It's not the fanciest car, it's not the newest car, but it does exactly what I need it to do, which is to take me from point A to point B. And then I have my other car. I have a Mazda 3, 2007. I had that car since 2012. I bought that car, at that time I bought it for like $3 grand cash. And I still have it. That's the car that I use to go to work. That car's got about like 200,000 miles on it. I bought it used. And I do the basic maintenance, oil changes, tires when I have to, brake pads, rotors, that kind of stuff. And it still runs. It hasn't broken down on me once since I've had it. And I'm saying, like, you don't have to get into another car payment, right? Or if you're not in a car payment right now, try to keep it like that as long as humanly possible. Tell yourself that you don't need another car. Unless your car's breaking down or whatever, and even then, you can go on Car Gurus, or you can go on like Facebook Marketplace and get yourself like a decent little Honda Civic or a Corolla for like $2 to $3 grand. And they're relatively decent, right? They're reliable for the most part. But don't get into these ridiculous car payments. There's people that will get into these like 0% down car payments, paying like $500, $600 a month for 72 months to 96 months, which is crazy. It's just all because they can't swallow their pride, or they can't just let their emotions go for a second, kind of, sleep on it for a couple of days and think like, all right, I really don't need this car. People want that instant gratification. So if you're able to delay gratification and tell yourself that this is a want and not a need, then you're definitely not thinking like the average person, which is a good thing. Like I said, no one cares if you drive a hoopty. No one cares. It's okay. It's a smart financial decision. It's something that has helped me in my own life. I've been able to save money. I'm not gonna lie. There were some times, like a couple years ago, where I wanted to get another car. I was tired of the car that I have. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's my other car. And you can't really see it that good, but I was getting tired of that car, right? I'm like, I want to get something nice. I work hard or whatever, but then I had to stop myself. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't have a car payment right now, and at least I could say I can sleep good at night, right? That's one less bill that I have to worry about. So, there's just this societal pressure that we have to have everything right away. We have to have all the newest stuff, and it really does not matter at the end of the day. And even the top financial gurus will tell you that not having a car payment is one of the critical steps to seeing financial freedom. So, and like I said, I know people that have car payments. I'm not putting them down. But I'm just saying, like, if you have a hoopty, if you have a car that you don't love, but it gets you to where you need to go, then be happy with that. Hold on to it. Hold on for dear life. Run that car to the ground. That's what I'm doing with this one, or with the car that I have. Well, with both of these. I don't plan on getting a car payment anytime soon. I'm just going to keep running my car keep driving it until the wheels fall off. If the wheels fall off, I'll get new wheels. And if I see it gets to a point where I'm spending too much money fixing the car with maintenance and all that, and it's breaking down on me, then I'll get another car. And then I'll get a cheap car still. Like, most people don't even have $1,000 in their bank account. Most people don't have an emergency fund. And they're getting into these crazy car payments. And it's a lot of younger people. A lot of younger people are falling to this trap. And, so if you're in the younger crowd, just think twice about it. If you want to be leaps and bounds ahead of other people, then think about making the decision think about when you're going to buy another car. Think about that when you're buying another car, or when you're going to get into another car payment. You can save yourself a lot of headache, a lot of trouble down the line. So, yeah, think about that. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be like everyone else. You don't need to impress anyone else. And if people only want to be around you because you have a nice car, then you should think about the people that you're attracting in the first place, right? That is not the type of people that you want to attract. Like, I get it. You don't want to drive around in a putt-putt or whatever, but, it's like Gary Vee says, sometimes you gotta eat shit for a while until you get to the place that you want to get to in life. You got to be okay with living below your means, especially in today's age. And I get the feeling that we're going to see a trend, right? Because I feel like there's a car bubble right now. It's going to burst. We're going to start seeing people going back to driving hoopties. People are going to be forced into that. A lot of people right now are getting their car repossessed. They're not able to keep up with their car notes. They're going into debt. And it's like, for what? It's like, what's the point? I just don't see the point. Just because the car looks nice. If you can afford a car payment, then that's fine, right? More power to you. And like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. Everybody makes their own decisions. But I'm just saying, like, don't be ashamed if you have a hoopty. If you have to buy a little putt-putt to get you around, just to get you to work, then as long as you're saving money, no shame in that, all right? Take care, guys.